Hello, we're revisiting Grubby number 1. This one's been on the channel before. This was in the video that I did on the thermal camera review. This had the explodey cap in it. And at the time I tested, at the end of that video, I tested with the full harness, I believe, and CIA2 came up as faulty. And if you look on the diagnostics, you can see that it actually says U2 is bad. The other thing is that the sound test is running at the moment, and I've got this TV here on quite high volume, and it's very, very quiet. So I think the SID's broken as well. So I'm going to put a new SID in. But this is just a quick one to see if this U2 is fixable or replaceable, and get that out and put a socket in and see if I can make it work again. I'm going to try just desoldering this one without adding fresh solder, just for an experiment. Some boards it works really well, some it just doesn't. The solder on here looks really good and fresh. It's fairly clear to see the problem with some of these boards is this leg here is just a single leg. That's nice and free as well. And that one's a nice free single leg. That one is 2 bits of leg. That's a folded over piece. This is what I call the hooked legs. And these bits end up in the nozzle of your desoldering station and block it up. There's another one there. But yeah, these legs all look fairly nice and free and well desoldered. Let's have a look on the other side. You can see the solder's been removed from the top side on most of them. That one there, probably, oh, that's moving, so that should be okay. There's a lot of detritus on the top there. That one's not desoldered. I'm going to hit that with the desoldering gun again. You can see on this side that it's not cleared, so I'm going to put some more fresh solder in here. Extra splodge of it, so that goes all the way through and mixes with the other stuff. Let's have a look. That's got it. That one there needs a bit of attention as well. You can just see the little bits of solder. Yeah, that one just needs a bit more solder and then desoldering again. Let's quickly do that. See on the other side, the solder has come all the way through now. This is all fresh solder. Yeah, here it comes. That just popped out. You can see the hooks. You don't want those going into a fresh socket. Yeah, the hooks are on the other side on this one. Right, I should be able to use that in my test board now. Right, first thing I need to do is connect up my harness again to this machine so that I can test it properly. All right, let's just make sure this one's working. Oh, I haven't got the cartridge in. Clean bill of health. Now, this is also a faulty SID, but that's not what we're here for. Put the suspect SID, the suspect CIA back in here. See what we get. It's okay. The CIA is okay. That's interesting. I did see. I don't know if I captured it in the footage I saw it on the microscope. So yeah, definitely caught it. I'll put it back up on the screen now. There was one leg that didn't look like it was properly soldered, and I wonder if that might be it. But let's put this back in and see if we can repeat the results. That's really good news though, because CIAs are something I'm very, very short of. I've got most of the other chips. I can replace the SIDs, and I've got plenty of CPUs and PLAs I can build, and SIDs I can build. ROMs can be replaced easily. They don't go wrong as much as you think. And I've got spares of those in boards. But CIAs seem to be, because there's 2 in each machine, you'd think you'd have loads, but they just go wrong so much. Had a bad run of CIAs. Okay, I'm just going to give the edge connector a clean and the user port a clean, just to rule out anything there. Oops, sorry, switched on. Well, there's loads more bad now. Oh, it's because it's not got CIA in it. At all. I've skipped a step. Let's put that CIA back in. No, that's my one. This is the one. Try again. Well, that is, I can only speculate because I haven't seen the footage, but you'll know whether it was a bad solder joint on the back of the on the other side of the CIA, or whether it was me cleaning the ports. But the other thing I need to do is change this SID. Let's see what we've got. SID kick Pico here. Stick that in there for now. Let's see what happens. Try that. Okay, well, it's working. Let's just pop that out and try and put a real SID in there. Comes up with a controller port bad error. Sometimes the SID kick Pico works fully, but sometimes it comes up with an error. I'm just going to put in a SID that I know works, but has faulty. It might be in the other one actually. I know this one, although the I think some of the sound channels are broken on this. This one always tests fine on diagnostics, so this one's a good test. Okay, this is really weird. So this one will just get a SID kick Pico. I think that it's just a trigger on the diagnostics that doesn't work. Something on the diagnostics is a bit too fussy for the SID kick Pico. Everything works on it, all the paddle support is there and everything, but it just, the diagnostics doesn't like it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. That's this one done. And we'll put this back in its case, fix the case clips. Might make a short video out of that for patrons, but that will not be public because it will be me gluing things to bits of plastic and not very interesting. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And fade. Statistics fix. Can't do that. Solid. No, I can't do that either. Cut. Just press the button.